Okay, it's going. We're live. Okay, how you doing? Happy Saturday. This is the day after the 4th of July. Oh, wait, did you hear? Matter of fact, now, excuse me. I just remembered, okay, the 4th of July, okay, so this is the 4th of July weekend. This is Saturday, the day after. And the people in Texas, wow, they had what do you call those? Well, they had a flood. They were hit with a flood and people got killed. What's this? What happened here? Oh, oh, okay. Saying my package has been delivered, boy. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to leave, y'all. Go get my package, okay? Hey there, hey Tanya, okay. And so, prayers out to those people in Texas, because that's pretty messed up. Guess they didn't have no fireworks. Those people have drowned, and they had a lot of people went camping. Okay, they went camping, and the weather called for rain. Okay, it always rains. They're used to the rain, so it wasn't any big thing because it didn't mention flash floods. Okay, didn't mention anything about a flash flood. So some people actually went to sleep with no worries. So they didn't know until they got up. Whenever they got up and walked outside or tried to walk outside, well, yeah, open up the door and all the water comes in. Oh my God. Okay. And the people that were camping, okay, oh my God, they got hit. They got hit. They probably were camping out, wanting to see the fireworks and all this stuff. And they woke up, okay, and they might have been down the street somewhere. Okay. So that's pretty messed up. And a lot of people were not expecting it. A lot of people were not expecting it. They woke up to it. Now, there's been a lot going on. Okay, there's been a lot. Matter of fact, that Diddy trial is over with, girl. Okay, and they still hollering. Okay, yeah, isn't it sad? That's crazy. On the 4th of July, that's like divine. Okay, on the 4th of July, out of all this time, okay, you not only do you get rain, but you get flooded out in the tents, okay, or whatever, the people in the campers, okay, and the RVs and all that. Oh yeah, honey, okay, I'm trying to tell you. Now I think they said that over two dozen people died, and a lot of people are missing. Wow. Okay. And so anyway, prayers up to them. They're gonna get them some of that FEMA. Oh, wait a minute. Donald Trump is president. Oh wow. But I think they're a Trump state, so they'll get some money, they'll get some relief. Okay. And I'm like, oh boy. Anyway, we have Brittany Grimes, not Britney Spears, Brittany Grimes, the tall girl on the women's basketball team. Well, I'm calling it FEMA. He probably dismantled it, but I'm just calling it FEMA anyway. Assistance, okay. See what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be begging for some money now, okay? Because they're gonna need it. People, natural disaster. That's what they had that stuff for. He's just tearing everything up, and he needs to go. I don't care if you for Donald Trump or not. It doesn't matter. Okay. I mean, he's tearing and dismantling things that are in place for a reason. Okay. And if you are okay with these people making all this money and getting rich on the backs of the people who make less than they are, uh, Something ain't right with you. Okay, something ain't right with you. If you rich, something ain't right with you. Okay, these people are getting this money and they letting all this evil and they, instead of being a better person, they're more bitter. They got bitter. They're bitter against the people who have less than them. They're bitter against the government. They're bitter against any and everything they can find a complaint with. They just bitter. All this money to make you happy, and you're actually bitter. Okay, because you can't be knocking somebody else down and trying to take away from somebody who has less than you and be happy. Okay, because if that is what makes you happy, in reality, you're bitter. You just haven't faced it yet. You don't have that understanding yet, but you're really bitter because that's not something happy people do. And that's not in the hearts and minds of people who are organically happy. Okay, so now we're talking about Brittany. Brittany Grimes, that tall girl, the one that was stuck over there in Russia for the cartridges. Her. Now they saying she a man. What's up with that? Oh, girl, I got something for lips. Yeah, the basketball girl. They saying she a man. Okay, what you think? Yeah. Word on the curb. Word on the curb says she's a man, and then they going by her voice. Okay, she does have a deep voice. She sounds like she could be a man. And they talk about her throat. Mm-hmm. Now she had a baby that was in vitro. In vitro. She's supposed to be married. Now she's the girl. She also had another baby years ago. I think back in 2009. And yeah, 2009. And her and the girl was together, and she had in vitro. They broke up, and Brittany felt like she shouldn't have to pay the girl child support. And I'm like, that's so wrong. Okay. So the girl took her to court and she won. So she's paying her like almost $3,000 a month in child support for the baby, to help with the baby. But that's the same thing that other lady did. What was her name on the talk show? They had that, she had that baby. They adopted that baby. A woman carried the baby. She had somebody carry the baby, and they broke up. She didn't want to support the baby. She wouldn't claim the baby. And I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, he took her to court. And Sherry. They end up telling her, nah. And that's so messed up for people to do. That is so messed up. So messed up. Okay. It really is. Okay. If you agree to this, you got this child, okay? You can't just say we've broken up, okay, and it is not my responsibility, okay? It don't work. Neither one of you can do that, okay? Neither one of you. You both made that agreement. Both of y'all support this baby, okay? Sitting up there playing with somebody's life like that. But anyway, that's what the word on the curb. So if you haven't heard it yet, allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. And okay, that is the word on the curb. Okay. And the word on the curb is he say, she say anyway. That's why it's on the curb. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, matter of fact, okay. I got something that's not word on the curb. Okay. Remy Ma's son has been arrested. Oh, he was arrested. He wasn't just arrested. He was arrested last month. This is July. Okay, the beginning of July. But he was arrested last month. He's being charged with 7 counts. He's got 7 counts. He's being charged with murder. Her son, Remy Ma, on Love and Hip Hop, Fat Joe, that crew, all the way up. Okay. He's being charged. And she had some confrontation at the courthouse with the man, the dead man's daughter. The man was 47 years old. Okay. The girl, they was at court. Oh, because I believe Remy Ma, her son, his name is Jason. Jason was up there at the courthouse he's in jail, but he had a hearing, some kind of hearing, okay, some kind of hearing, and she came up there. She's his mother. The girl didn't like the way Remy looked at her. She said she looked at her like she was what do they call it when they stare at the person? What is there's a name for it. Okay, but anyway, she said basically she didn't like the way she looked. Remy Ma looked at her, so she started making accusations, and spilling out and talking about you can see your son. Okay, I can't see my dad. I can't hug my dad. Okay, I'll never see my dad again. You can see your son going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, Remy Ma mocked off back to her. Okay, she said we could do this. We could do this right here. And the girl like we can do this right here. Okay, whatever. Okay, so Remy Ma ran down the stairs of court, honey, and taking her shoes off. Okay, and then I don't know what happened from there. They said she was arrested. Now, what I'm looking what she was arrested for. It doesn't even say. So there went that. No, that's not Papoose' son. Okay, Papoose only has one child that I know of. Okay, if he has other children, it's by another woman. Remy Ma, okay, already had kids. Okay, Remy Ma. Let's see. Remy Ma already had kids because Papoose. Let's see. Does she have? Let me look. Okay, because my understanding, she had. Okay, he does have two children, but he only has one with Remy Ma. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Said he has two children, but it's giving me 3 dates. Oh Lord. She's pretty. She's a pretty girl. Uh okay, let me keep scrolling. Okay, hold on. Okay, he has a daughter named Dejanay. Okay. Okay. Now it says he has 2 daughters. Maybe that was at the time of the reading. Okay, but it's giving 3 birthdays. Okay, so he has a daughter named Dejanay, and he has a daughter named Shamel. Okay, then he has this youngest daughter that he had with Remy Ma, and her name is Destiny. Okay, but no, so he has all girls. Okay, but the boy, Remy Ma, no, he has another father. Okay, and but Papoose was the caretaker when she went to prison. Okay, so we do know that. But this boy, his name is Jason. Okay, and I believe his last name is Scott, Jason Scott. Um, the girl. Okay, I'm trying to get his last name. Yeah, Scott, Jason Scott. Okay, his last name is Scott, and he is in jail on a murder charge. Okay. Now listen closely because it's confusing to me. They be writing this stuff. It's not that hard to get it right. He also has a what would you say, a co-conspirator, because he was arrested, okay, for the same murder. This is a 47-year-old man. Now this man apparently, I forget his name, the daughter confronted Remy Ma. That was her dad that got killed. He killed. Now apparently he was in the streets. He was living by the streets too. So they don't know right now, unless they just reported it, but the reason behind this man being shot, behind him killing this man, okay? But he's being charged with the murder, and this was back in 2021, okay? His co-conspirator is named Robert, okay? I forget his last name. First name is Robert. Robert also, he's already incarcerated, okay? I think he's incarcerated. But Robert has been implicated in 3 murders back in 2021. Okay. Now, these boys are in their 20s right now, in their early 20s. Early 20s. So back in 2021, they were probably teenagers. Okay. Let's see. They could have been 17, 18. Okay. 2021. Okay. 16. They're going to try him as adults. Now, this boy, Robert, his friend Robert, has been implicated in 3 murders within an 8-month period back in 2021. Okay. And one of the murders was for this man here that Remy Ma's son, is facing charges on. Okay, don't forget to thumbs up the video. I know you forget. I know you forget. So, and I forget to remind you. Okay, but if you can you please give the video a thumbs up? But that's what's going on with her son. Now, this boy has been on TV with her. Okay, because remember, her and Papoose had a reality TV show that didn't last long. None of them spin-off TV shows lasted long, okay? And I think too that's because the original show was going down anyway, because people started picking up that they were storylines. They didn't have no real beat. If they did, okay, but they had to continue to stay on the show. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so they started making stuff up. So anyway, he's facing 7 counts. He's facing first degree, second degree murder. He's facing first degree, second degree, something about a weapon. Okay. And then Mm, mm, mm. He's got first and second degree murder, 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, and he's got reckless endangerment in the first degree. Reckless endangerment in the first degree. Now, what they're saying behind this is that they have him on video, him and the other guy on video, uh, being dropped off. They have a ping on the cell phone in that location where the man's body was found. And then they also have him on video being picked up in another vehicle on video. Okay. So they're equating this. They were in that location. Okay. So, of course, she's going to come to the aid of her son. Okay. She said he told me he didn't do it. Okay. And if he did or he didn't, he going to tell you he didn't. Okay. Because a lot of sons, they don't want their mama to see them as a murderer. Okay. And I'm like, okay, wait, he got dropped off in one car, picked up in another. Would they take an Uber? Don't tell me you took an Uber to go kill somebody. And then they're thinking about it might be a hey, Nelly. Hey, girl, hey, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay. And y'all don't forget the thumbs up. They're thinking that it might have been a hit. Okay. So, because I told you the guy lived by the streets. Okay. So they don't know what the reasoning is behind this man's death. They said that they shot him and left him for dead. Just left him, took off. So that's what that was. And that's all I have. Okay. If I get any updates, I will be checking on it. Okay. Keep an update for you. But that's all I got right now. Okay. Then we have this situation with Cassie. Okay. Oh my God. Matter of fact, let me see my phone. Okay. I told my friend I was going to send her the video. Okay. First of all, let me give you the specs on this Cassie situation. Okay. We got this man. He's an escort. Okay. He's an escort. And he's now, okay, he was talking about, I seen him on somebody's show on YouTube talking about Cassie and how he was an escort. And several times he got together with her and Diddy. And he had sex with Cassie while Diddy watched. Okay. And blah, blah, blah. Okay. He was talking about that. And his thing was that he did not see any when Cassie said she was forced, he didn't see that. He's saying that's what surprised him. He said he believed she was the RICO charge. He says he feels that Mr. Combs was guilty. He was found not guilty, but he said he definitely was guilty of the RICO. Okay. He was prostituting Cassie out, okay, but he didn't see the resistance, okay. Now that doesn't mean that she wasn't forced, okay, because who's gonna that was their situation in the back, and they arguing back, or then she comes out smiling, okay, you know what I'm saying. So he's not gonna really see that, okay, but now that he has gotten some traction. He come out, okay, with a lawsuit. He's suing P. Diddy and Cassie. Okay. Now, first I heard that, I heard him talking, and he's saying that he had sex with Cassie on her period, but Cassie did not tell him she was on her period. I'm like, is that a suit? Okay. Then he says that he got her pregnant and she had an abortion. This is what he's saying. Okay. Now, when I actually pulled it up, it said that he's suing Diddy and Cassie, okay, for giving him herpes, okay, giving him herpes, and maybe it may have been some other STDs, okay, the abortion, okay, and he's suing for 20 million. Okay, now I don't know if you guys are aware, okay. Now I'm gonna make you aware. Have you seen the guy? Girl, okay. Let me show you what this man looked like. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Uh, okay, let me go back. Cassie being sued. Okay. She's being sued by a male escort. Okay. Give me a minute because I want you to see the male escort. And okay, he goes by the name of Dave. Okay. For Cassie uh and Diddy, okay, they have apparently hired this man several times. Okay. Can y'all call up Dave? He goes, okay, they know him as Dave. Mm, mm, mm. Child. Girl! He was looking worse than that. Okay, let me find it. He was looking worse than that. Okay. He was looking worse than that. Oh man. Okay. Now, I'm understanding Kim Porter's parents, I think they were Filipino. Her dad looked like he was mixed with Filipino. And the mom, I guess she was Filipino. She looks like her dad, but she's got them Filipino teeth. Okay. So when they said Filipino, I said, oh yeah, okay. I was wondering, yeah, she got them Filipino teeth, how they had it sticking out. They're real good for that. Them teeth that stick out. Okay. Oh, y'all quiet. I must got some gossip. Okay. I'm trying to see. They have you now. You can pull it up on YouTube. Oh my God. Okay. This man got some big old huge lips. Okay. And he got white stuff on the corner of his mouth. And he got that white line. Okay. Ah! I'm like, oh my God. And he was an escort? Girl. These men, okay. You come in, I'd be looking like, okay, I don't know. Maybe there was an attraction. But look at Diddy. Okay. Now, he was talking about, and this is all alleged, even though I heard it, okay, from the man's mouth on the YouTube, that he was talking about itty bitty bitty. Diddy was itty bitty. He said it himself. And he said it was one of them things, okay, he was describing, he goes, what goes on when you have a threesome that's married, okay? And he said everybody's nude, okay? And he says it's like one of them situations like in a men's locker room, okay? You see stuff you're not trying to see, or you can't help but see. You see what I'm saying? You just happen to look and there it is, okay? Well, that was the situation, he said, with Diddy, okay? So in other words, he was trying to say, I'm not gay. I just happen to see it, okay? And it's small, okay? And he was saying that he's not the only couple that you like my top? This is my I got this from Temu. I got my shorts. Let me show you my little outfit of the day. Compliments of Temu. See, I got shorts under here. Okay, this is, I think this was a dress. Okay, but oh no. I can't wear this as no dress, boo. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, and the only thing I like this top, it's really comfortable, it's nice. The only thing I have a problem with is the straps. The straps they keep falling down. Okay. But yeah, so he was explaining the situation with a threesome. Okay. And they're a couple and they're married, that you don't he was saying that he witnessed the domestic abuse, the domestic violence on Cassie. He said he has seen it several times where he has jumped on that girl physically. Okay. And he was saying that I think it was because it was like, they hired him and they're going to do a threesome. He said in the threesome, you are in the presence at all times. You're in the presence of both people because you don't want it to be no mess. Okay. Everybody's on the same page. Okay. So you're always supposed to stay in the sight of both people. And Cassie would call him off to the side. And I guess Sean would find out about it and go off. Okay. Something to that effect. Okay. So that's what that was. Now, did I miss anybody? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, because I got Cassie. Okay. Now, there also, did you hear the juror? The jury, it ain't even been a week, and they running their mouth, doing interviews. Oh, yeah. Okay. I haven't caught it. Okay. Not that I'm not really interested. I don't even know who the jurors are. I wonder when they're going to give us a picture of the jurors, the people who were the jury. Okay. But one man was talking about a lot of people felt, a lot of the jurors felt that they were trying to take him down. Okay. They were all trying to take Mr. Combs down. Well, yeah, that's why we in court. That's why we witnesses. That's why I'm telling you this nigga was kicking my ass, okay? And forcing me to do stuff. Yeah, I want to take him down. But anyway, he also said that what got it the most was the testimony from Capricorn, and it was somebody else. I couldn't another one of the witnesses. Okay, so in other words, they thought it was pretty much, it looked to them like a shakedown. Okay, but that may have been a shakedown. It could have been a shakedown on the DA. The point is, okay, do you believe this man, did this stuff? You supposed to get all that shakedown. Ain't that your feelings? You got too much of your feelings in there. Okay, but anyway. That's why they didn't feel that he was guilty of the racketeering. Okay. In other words, he felt like they was putting too much on it. See, that's all um, now the thing about it is, okay, this is just the beginning, or it could be, okay, because I don't want to start no mess, but this could be just the beginning of Mr. Combs' worries, okay? See, because I believe in karma, okay? And what goes around comes around. Now, here's the thing. Cassie and all those people, excuse me, who testified were not the only victims. There were victims who weren't even on the witness list. Okay, this man, and when I mean by victims that weren't on the witness list, okay, wasn't even in the spectrum of this case, are the people whose careers he screwed over. That's gonna come back. You're not gonna get out of that. It's either gonna come back on him or through his kids or both. Watch. Sit back and watch the show because it's coming. This is the start of it, as a matter of fact. Okay. This is the start of it. But he's going to get his karma. Okay. He's going to get his karma. Because the same thing he did to the people, the same thing is going to be done to him. Mark my word. Mark my word. Okay, and they say they doing all this spell. This girl was saying about him doing spells and stuff. Okay, about his trial and stuff. You know, they believe in that. I don't get into all that witchcraft stuff. Ooh, wait, you doing spells? Okay, I didn't even know people did stuff such a thing. You know, but people who are into that witchcraft, they got to do spells for everything. Okay. Now it could be something that just happens and it turns out in your favor, but you're gonna say it's because of the witchcraft. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really go by the cards, even though I do the cards. You can't always go by the cards or the witchcraft. You can't always go by that. Okay. You got to give it to God. Because that's who has to say at the end of the day. Regardless, but these folks is doing the witchcraft on the trial and on the jurors and oh, okay. So I'm not gonna keep you long, okay, because my cars is starting to call me. Matter of fact, oh, I got a delivery. Let me see if they delivered my stuff. Hold on. They ain't even started. Your shopper will text you. See, okay. Yeah, I did a delivery, even though I was complaining, and I'm still complaining about that California what do they call it? Wait, let me see what they call it. See that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. California shopper benefits, $3.99. Now that they feel that they done told everybody, okay. Oh, they feeling bold now. Oh, okay, now, okay. We telling everybody we got a California's, okay, short notice, we've already charged you, but now we gonna call it a California benefits fee. Okay. So in other words, y'all passing the benefits, the cost of the benefits on to the people who have already paid. So that's going to slow down my delivery. It's going to slow down my delivery a lot. Okay. I'm still going to probably use the services because they are good services. Okay. However, I can go pick up my own groceries myself. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm in that state of mind and state of health that I can go get it myself. So I count that as a blessing. Okay. So that's just a luxury. Having it delivered is a luxury. Okay. But some people, it comes in handy. But they decide they trying to milk. They always got to find a reason to milk us Main Street. Main Street. Talk about us like a dog. Treat us like a dog. Okay. But they ain't nobody without us. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tidbit. Okay. This word on the curve. We're going to have some more. Okay. And I have a new channel. Excuse me, I have another channel, Anna's Intuition. Please, let me put it in here. Okay. Oops. I keep forgetting to hit that button so you can see how it's spelled. There it is, Anna's Intuition. I still need more people to go over there and subscribe to that channel. And I'm also, okay, what I'm going to do is, I've already come to the conclusion. I have made the decision that I am going to, I don't know how many, 3, 6, 9, 12. I got 14, that's it, because this is going to make 14. 14 boxes, okay, on the tarot and the oracle cards, and got the nerve, okay, to feel funny about spending $25. Is it $25? I'm gonna get the true crime. Okay, we gonna go. So I need y'all to go over there to Anna's Intuition so you can help me crack the case. Okay. Yes, honey, we can crack the case, okay? Because I'm gonna give me some true crime, and we gonna look into it, and then that's gonna go with my go perfect with my who is it, okay? I like this deck, okay? Who is it, okay? Because they do give you a description. So go on over there, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to I see you guys in here. Can you please give a thumbs up before you leave? Thank you. Subscribe to this channel too. Don't forget, any questions or comments you have, leave them down below. But most of all, people, stay blessed, okay, and stay safe.